This is interesting. Well, hey everybody. Welcome back to Prince's Friend, exploring music through Prince. It has been a while since I have, put out a video. It's definitely been a while. We'll talk more about that later on. A big thing that I wanted to do was, obviously, if big news came out, I wanted to come and talk about that. Especially if it's this news, right? I love the fact that, and here's the big news: Diamonds and Pearls Deluxe, y'all. Diamonds and Pearls Deluxe. I thought I might sit down and like record a video, and all that stuff. And I said, you know what? Instead of like doing a whole recording video and everything, let's just do this together. I love y'all, y'all love me. Let's just talk about it, right? And I haven't even gone down the whole track list or anything yet. We're going to do it in real time. We're going to talk about everything. And I think we're going to have a fun time with it. And again, at the end of this, I'll tell you guys why I haven't really been around, but it's all good stuff. So it's nothing terrible. No, there's not like foreboding there or anything. It's all really good stuff. And of course, Thursday at noon Eastern time is, a terrible time for, a live stream. We may not get that many people on this live stream because most people are at work. Most people aren't like me, who works from home and can just jump on anytime they want to. So, but here is the cool thing. And actually, hold on. Do I have my thing? I don't. I thought I had it. I thought I had the intro. I'll just do it live. And it's, it says Prince's Friend on the front. That would have been the intro. So yes, hi. Welcome back. I have missed y'all so much. Everything has been very, very quiet on the Prince front. Not just from me, but also from just releases, announcements, that sort of thing. And there are other channels who have been really quick to jump on the news that they were ramping up to being able to get Diamonds and Pearls up, the deluxe version out. That was something I did not want to do, largely because y'all know how I do news. When it's officially announced, that's when I talk about it. Mostly just because there's so many things that can go wrong in leaked information. I am definitely not one who wants to put out false information. I've done it before in earlier videos that I've done like years ago where I was so excited, so I talked about leaked information, and then that stuff ended up not being true. So then I had to make another video saying, hey, by the way, all that stuff that I talked about before, it was meaningless and didn't mean anything, and it was a lie. So I am all about waiting for the official announcements. That said, I think it was about 3 years ago. It was pretty much right after Sign of the Times Deluxe. I was asked, hey, what do you think that will be the next release? And I did a whole rundown. I did what are Prince's top 10 selling albums, and what album makes sense to release as the next thing. And it was not that hard to really come down to the fact that it was going to be Diamonds and Pearls. If I recall, I was the top 3 choices that I could come up with was going to be either The Love Symbol, Diamonds and Pearls, or it was going to be Batman. And that, of course, when I made that video, Warner Brothers was still in control of the releases for a lot of stuff. So I was like, well, Batman makes the most sense if Warner Brothers is the one releasing it, because they still retain the rights to the soundtrack albums, right? So I was like, okay, it could be Batman, and I'd like to have it be Batman because I would love to have official versions of Dance with the Devil and all the B-sides and stuff like that. But now, then I was going, well, it could be Love Symbol, but I don't think it will be Love Symbol. So I was like, it's definitely going to be Diamonds and Pearls. And a lot of people came on and they were like, well, I think it's going to be Parade. And I said, but they just did Sign of the Times. They did Purple Rain, which covered a lot of that stuff. And they did Sign of the Times, which had a bunch of the Parade stuff in it. So I'm like, it wouldn't make any sense for them to then also release a Parade Super Deluxe. This is just me kind of prefacing all of this stuff and saying, I told y'all. That's, I told y'all. And that's not even me, like, I had no inside track. No one talks to me. It's not like I have insider information. There are other people who talk with, alum all the time. They talk, they have direct interaction with the estate. That's not me. Like, I'm just a rabid person over here, a rabid friend who just loves to soak in the information. And as soon as I have the information, then I share it. But I try not to leak things that aren't there. But I'm pretty good at guessing things. All right, that's all I'm saying. I'm pretty good at guessing. So yes, hi to everybody. There's Harrison, Ignacio, Alpha Bravo, one person, Sister Fade and Dustin and Elizabeth and Emek and Renee and Christy Tucker. Hey, Christy. Michelle and PL and all of you. Love y'all. Thank you for being here on a Thursday afternoon. I don't know if it's, who knows why you're here, except that there's just a bunch of love here. And I think we're all really excited about Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe being released. And that's interesting because some of the stuff says Super Deluxe, some of the stuff says Deluxe. I might end up changing the name of the title here now that I'm realizing that it's Super Deluxe, not Deluxe. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Actually, matter of fact, let me do that real quick. Super Deluxe. That's the fun part about doing this live. Is that I can just bam, Super Deluxe, bam, done. Hey Dysa. Okay, so the link, I'm going to put a link in the description. I don't think I have already. I'm going to put a link in the description so you can pre-order it. Right now, it's only on pre-order from the Prince store. Otherwise, you might have to wait for it to pop up on other U.S. stores, at least, like Amazon and, places that you might go for that sort of thing. Let's go over here to the thing. It's really pretty. I'm going to go through the CD thing when I go to it, but let's go to the Diamonds and Pearls site real quick so we can talk about the different options that you can have, okay? So the first one is you can have the Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe. I'm already on it. Stop that. So you can already have so you can already get the LP. You get the 12 LP and the Blu-ray. That's gonna be $350, y'all. In previous videos, I've already spoken about the fact that I don't actually have I don't play records. So, there you go. So there's that, right? Then you can get 7 CDs and the Blu-ray. That's cool. You can also get the, what is this, limited edition 7-inch single box set. So that's going to be great for, the people who, again, have vinyls. It would be nice if they released those things. I don't know if maybe it's separate. We'll have to check into that. Then there's just Diamonds and Pearls on vinyl. Then there's Diamonds and Pearls on CD. If you're not interested in all the extras, you can just get the stuff. Oh, it is on Amazon. I checked 10 minutes ago and it wasn't there. Anyway, I'll put links in the description when I'm done here. I'm not going to interrupt what we're doing here to do that. But yeah, so we have the Diamonds and Pearls CD, Diamonds and Pearls Deluxe CD, that sort of thing. So if you're just interested, you don't want all the stuff, you just want the little bit, you can spend less. Then you have some of these cool jackets, the call and response, Diamonds and Pearls leather jacket, leather vest. I might actually get that vest. That vest looks pretty dope, actually. And then there's some other stuff here. These shot glasses, or wine glasses, excuse me. These are stemless wine glasses. This one is really cool. Oh, you guys can't see my cursor. The second one is pretty cool. I do like the NPG Diamonds and Pearls logo on that one. So I really, really like that. And then there's some other ones, mostly just like with the Diamonds and Pearls, album cover on it, or this one, these ones of him in his Diamonds and Pearls kind of look, but I know the photo session that those even actually came from. But yeah, so I mean, this is what we're looking at here. I like this kind of hologrammy one too. I don't know, I may end up buying some of these t-shirts eventually. At this point, I ended up pre-ordering, I already did it. I ordered the Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe on CD, as I have ordered everything on CD. That's how I buy my stuff. That's how I listen to my stuff. Well, I mean, I technically don't listen to it on CD. I will buy the CDs and then I will rip the stuff from the CD and then upload it to the cloud. So then I listen to it. I listen to it streaming, but not through the streaming service, if that makes sense. It's a whole thing. The way I listen to music is very weird. But now we have Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe. Now, before I even jump into this, I was already kind of skeptical, even though it was my pick, that I was going to do. And any questions and stuff that you guys have, feel free to throw into the chat, and I'm going to be hitting the chat probably near the end. So I'm going to try and relay the information here for the Super Deluxe that I have right now, and then we'll get into the things. So I'm not paying attention 100% to the comments, but I am paying attention to obviously the way that you can have it be seen, regardless, is if you, do a super chat. I think it pops up and it will tell me, it'll be like, yo, make sure that you listen to this guy. So you can do the super chat if you want to do that. Otherwise hit like, subscribe, all the stuff. The like button while we're live means more people end up, getting notified. So actually that's even more important, is the like during the live stream. So if you want to hit that, and of course you can hit join to become a new member. And I'm actually going to have some, member exclusive stuff coming up here soon. So I'm pretty excited about that. So anyway, it's 169, and if you look here, it says that it will be expected ship date basically the end of October, which isn't that far away. That's only 2 months away, so there's a 2-month window for pre-ordering. I think that's fine. It gives us a good amount. I think most of the stuff that the estate and Paisley Park and all of them do, they give us about a 2-month window for us to respond to things and buy things and order things and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, that's not bad. I like that. So again, be sure to hit the like button, because now we're going to start going through the actual information here. So it says Diamonds and Pearls is the 13th studio album by Prince and was the first with his new backing band, the New Power Generation. Yes and no, because technically the New Power Generation was there for, partially for Batman and for Graffiti Bridge as well. It's odd that they're framing this as the first one with New Power Generation. I guess it's probably because it was the first that it's by Prince and the New Power Generation, even though the New Power Generation was his band. I mean, hell, there was a song on Graffiti Bridge that was literally "We're the New Power Generation." So, like, what are you going to say? Like, you can't say that the New Power Generation didn't come until 1991, because it obviously did. So anyway, yeah. And it includes featuring 6 massive international singles, including the hits Get Off, Cream, and the iconic title track of Diamonds and Pearls. The album was a worldwide smash, reaching multi-platinum status in the US and the UK, where it remains his best-selling album. And yeah, it sold really, really well, as a matter of fact. It was the first, I believe at the time, it was the first soundtrack #1 that he had. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's correct. But yeah, and I don't know if you guys can tell how rusty I am at doing this. And of course, I'm going to be all rusty and then try to do a live stream. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's wrong with me. I should have just recorded. Hey, Raywin. Hey, Emek. Hey, Taillights and Tachometers. Oh, I like that. That's nice. And I am Funk Music Blog. Yo, hey, everybody. Just saying hi to a few more people I saw pop in. So Diamonds and Pearls was unveiled to the world on October 1st, 1991. So maybe that's fitting why it's coming out in October now. And it instantly had a huge commercial success and cultural impact, becoming the best-selling non-soundtrack album of Prince's career. Over the past 3 decades, the reasons for its enormous success have been discussed extensively. Not least of these was Prince's decision to finally engage with major television exposure and an extensive tour of Europe, Japan, and his first trip to Australia. The album also offered a diverse collection of sounds that could appeal to a wide variety of listeners. Diamonds and Pearls had something for everyone. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that write-up, and actually really well written. I don't know who's writing up these press releases. That's really well written. So CD 1 is going to be the Diamonds and Pearls remastered for the first time. Now, I had already kind of said in the past that if they were going to come out with these super deluxes, once he got Paisley Park, the need for remastering is less and less, right? Like the albums before Love Sexy all like really would benefit from a nice remaster, even if it's not part of a huge, the super deluxe edition, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Even if it's not that, they could all use a nice cleaning up just because they were all recorded. I mean, for those of you who care about that, some people really like the kind of grungy, kind of dirty sound of it. But they could probably use a better mastering, a better mix, that sort of thing. At the same time, albums that from Love Sexy on, he had Paisley Park, and honestly, most of those albums still hold up today. Like they're really well mastered, they're really well mixed. They sound great. So first thing is I'm excited to hear and compare the differences in the remaster, to see what elements of these songs the estate has decided. I keep hitting my mic. Which elements of these songs the estate has decided to change or alter, which elements of the song come now forward more and are hidden more. Because I noticed a lot on 1999 and a bunch of those songs where like certain elements of the songs were now reorganized, like the keys were really loud in one song and stuff like that. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I see here, I don't like you, but give me your money. Says, does it specify the grams of the album? I assume you're meaning of the LPs. I'll go over there and I will check, because I'm on the CD right now. But I will check that out to see how many grams each of the LPs are. So anyway, remastered for the very first time. Bam. Then we have newly remastered singles and mixes. Oh, this was what I was saying earlier. One of the things that I was also kind of curious as to how they were going to handle it was the fact that around this time, Prince already was releasing tons of stuff. He had the Get Off mix, the maxi single. He had the Cream maxi single. He was releasing a ton of stuff, and these were official releases. So it'll be nice to get these also now remastered and whatnot, but I wasn't sure how many extra things that we didn't hear or that weren't officially released were going to be added to this. From a skimming of the list, it's a bunch, which is great, but also a bunch of this stuff is stuff that not only do a lot of us have, but was officially released by Warner Brothers and Prince at the time. So there's less of like that, because like Sign of the Times was like, oh my gosh, Sign of the Times was crazy. Sign of the Times was like 50% of it was brand new stuff, brand new-ish, non-release stuff. This one I think is probably going to be more like 40%, maybe 35%, just because he was releasing so much stuff at the time. Anyway, previously unreleased studio recordings from Prince's vault, 33 of them, 14 live tracks comprising a complete previously unreleased concert performance recorded live at Glam Slam 1992. And I wonder if, because I remember the people who went to this year's celebration said that they saw scenes of the Glam Slam. So I wonder if this is, or did they say that was the Love Sexy or the Love Symbol tour? I'm gonna have to check that out. Anybody who was at Celebration, put it in the chat. or put a comment and let us know the concert that you saw at Celebration, because I believe it was, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure that it was a Love Symbol album, not a Glam, not this one for Diamonds and Pearls, but I could be wrong. And I wasn't there, so... But yeah, so that's going to be a Blu-ray, and they are releasing Blu-rays now, which is wonderful. For a while there, they were giving us DVDs, and I was just like, shame on you. But now we're getting Blu-rays, and that's cool. So, and yeah, and we're getting that and a Special Olympics sound check. So that's cool, and that's a video that's been floating around for a while. The Special Olympics concert, the Special Olympics soundtrack, and plus the Restored Diamonds and Pearls video collection. Now that's pretty cool, the video collection, because that has only been on VHS for the longest time, and I was always wondering why they never released a DVD of it. The fact that you're going to now have access to those videos is going to be pretty cool. They'll probably put all those videos up on YouTube too, so it might make it a moot point. But it is actually really cool to get that. Excuse me. You can tell I haven't talked this much. And then there's a then there's 3 hours of video. Excuse me again. Ooh. Let me take another drink. That's nice. And then there's 3 hours of video comprising the previously unreleased Glam Slam. Why do they have that twice? Oh, they have it twice. No wonder. Okay. Never mind. Oh, Elsie says there was a DVD. I never found one. I was never able to find it. Why wasn't I ever able to find it? That's so crazy. But it is cool that it'll be here anyway. So, and hi, Elsie. Love you, dude. Okay. So, and then they put that twice. So the comment that I had that this was really well written, now I'm going to not retract it. I'm going to partially retract it and say, hey, edit your page. You only need to put that once. But 3 hours of video footage is amazing. And 33 previously unreleased tracks is amazing. And all of this stuff, it's going to be great. So let's go, more in depth. This is the additional details. Okay. So the Super Deluxe Edition contains 75 audio tracks across 7 CDs, of which 47 are previously unreleased, including 33 studio tracks from Prince's legendary vault. Awesome. Do you know if they'll ever get to the release of the Sign of the Time movie? Joel asks. They did a Super Deluxe of the Sign of the Times movie. It was just not a US release. It was only over in Germany. I actually have that. And I have yet to do a review and like going through it. Let me do that, actually. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that on my docket, and I will make sure that I do that very soon. So thank you for the reminder there, Joel. So yeah, so 33 tracks are from the vault, but 43 previously unreleased tracks. So that'll be interesting to see. I think it's because the other ones are, 14 of them are live tracks, so that's why. So there we go. So let's see. The Super Deluxe opens with Prince and the New Power Generation multi-platinum album, Diamonds and Pearls, dazzlingly remastered for the very first time by Prince's original mastering engineer, Bernie Grundman. Okay, that's pretty cool. Bring back the people who worked originally on it. I think that that's really cool. Also included are 15 of the incredible remixes and B-sides from the era, including the never commercially released Get Off damn near 10 minutes mix, which I'm excited to hear, all of which have been remastered for the first time. I really want Violet the Organ Grinder remastered. I think it's going to be pretty good. At the heart of the set is the 33 previously unreleased studio releases from Prince's legendary vault, making up 3 hours of audio. I don't know if that's the heart. I think the heart is the remastering of the actual album itself. I know a lot of people will be buying it for that, but I feel like that is a bad claim. It is not the heart. All right, that's just me being pedantic, and I apologize. Okay, so let's see. The set also includes an entirely previously unreleased audio recording of Prince and the New Power Generation's preview performance of the Diamonds and Pearls tour at Prince's Minneapolis Club Glam Slam on January 11th, 1991. And then the Blu-ray features all the stuff we already talked about. I was hoping that it would actually say different stuff. The Blu-ray content is completed. Oh yeah, so the Diamonds and Pearls video collection. Here we go. It's going to be in 1080p. It'd be great if they could upgrade it. We'll see. We'll see. It would have been nice if they could have upgraded it to 4K, but that can do some weird stuff to the video, so it's probably better to leave it at 1080. But the video collection includes Get Off, Cream, Diamonds and Pearls, Insatiable, Strollin', Money Don't Matter Tonight, Call the Law, and Thunder, Jughead, and Live for Love, for live performances of those. So very cool. Let's see, housed in the telescopic 12-inch box and accompanied by a 12-inch 120-page hardback book featuring. So it's cool. So what that's telling us is it's going to be the same presentation as Sign of the Times Deluxe was. So that's actually really cool because so they're actually sticking with it. They had tried a bunch of different things. So the Purple Rain Deluxe was very small. Then they did the 1999 Deluxe, which was bigger, and then they did the Sign of the Times Deluxe, which was, the giant book. And then they did the same thing with Welcome to America. Now they're going to do the same thing. So I like that they're sticking now with this as the standard. The question would be now if they're going to go back and redo the other two, not as brand new things, but just as different packaging. It would be nice if they did that, honestly. I don't know how many people would buy it, but I might buy it just so that it matches on my bookshelf, All right, so we're going to have brand new essays from authors and broadcaster Andrea Swinson. So Andrea Swinson, awesome, love her. Dwayne Tudall, love him. Hey, Andrea and Dwayne, love y'all. British music critic and Prince expert Jason Draper. I don't think I've heard of that person. D'Angela Duff, an industry professional. D'Angela, you got to be in a thing. That's so awesome. And an introduction from Public Enemy founder Chuck D. It's wonderful when your friends get to do amazing things. I love that I know D'Angela and that I've seen her start the symposium and do all the stuff, and she is so big now. It's so awesome for her to be actually included in this official release. It feels like when I wrote little blurbs for the book of artwork by what was it called? It was Before the Rain. It was, oh man. Oh, it's so fun when just us, we're just huge friends, right? We just love his music and we love his impact. And it's awesome that every so often we get to be a part of it. We get to be part of, what makes the legacy, oh God, it's just so awesome. It's just so awesome. Anyway. I'll stop now. I'm looking up something real quick. Because I'm losing my mind. I don't know why. Anyway. Okay. This is why I usually will just record a thing, because I'll get completely lost in the middle of what I'm thinking. PL says D'Angela and Nisi, of course, and Nisi. Nisi being the amazing Kanisa. I love her so much too. Actually, I love all of my friends. Let me throw some shout outs here. Jason, love you. Alcy, who is actually here, love you. I've actually met so many really amazing people doing this channel. So anyway, you guys are gonna make me cry. So essays from these people. The essays aren't necessarily my favorite part of any of these deluxe editions, because it is just people kind of like us, even though they're celebrities and they're experts and stuff like that. I like reading them because they're kind of just geeking out like me, like I do. But also I usually don't reread them or anything. I'll read them through and I'll be like, oh wow, that was really nice. And then I go to the music, it's how Prince's handwritten lyrics, obviously, as well as unseen photographs by Randy St. Nicholas, who was doing a lot of his photography around that time. The package is completed by a fold-out double-sided poster. Okay. I mean, that's a lot. And it's pretty similar to the package that we get from that we got from Welcome to America, that we got from Sign of the Times. So again, I love that they're working in that this is going to be the standard. So love it. All right, so let's start going through the tracks. Okay, so the first two CDs, and it'll be different if you buy an LP. It'll be different, obviously. But the first two CDs is 13 songs from the album: Thunder, Dirt, Daddy Pop, Diamonds and Pearls, Cream, Strollin', Willin' and Able, Get Off, Walk Don't Walk, Jughead, Money Don't Matter Tonight, Push, Insatiable, Live for Love. All of them remastered. I'm very excited to hear what that sounds like. So just say it. I'm excited to hear what that sounds like. Then the single mixes and edits. So Get Off, damn near 10 minutes. Get Off, House Style. Gangsta Glam, Violet the Organ Grinder. So those are the main ones from the Get Off maxi single. Yeah. And I'm not seeing the Get Off edit. So they took that one, and they're not giving us that one. Horny Pony, which was the Get Off cassette B-side. One of my favorite songs. Love the Horny Pony. I'm actually really excited that everybody is going to be able to have Horny Pony now, whoever buys this, because it was kind of that rare track. Not everybody had a copy of Horny Pony. I'm glad. Or Honey Pony. Anyway, I'm glad that everybody's going to get it. Cream, the MPG mix. Things Have Got to Change, which is the Tony M rap. Do Your Dance, KC's remix. Insatiable edit, which is just like the shortened radio version. Diamonds and Pearls edit. Money Don't Matter Tonight edit. Call the Law. Obviously, you have to have Call the Law on this. Willin' and Able edit. Willin' and Able video version. And in the Thunder DJ fade. I don't think I've heard that one. So that'll be an interesting one to hear. So, what I want to point out here, just real quick before we get to the vault tracks, is that's actually missing some things that were part of the official releases. So that's kind of interesting. So let me go to my Cream maxi single that I have here in my collection here, the Get Off EP remix. So we're missing here the Get Off extended mix. I don't know if that is the damn near 10-minute mix. The one I have is 8 minutes and 32 seconds. So I'm interested to hear that and see if it's just Get Off the extended remix, because I have that one. They don't have the single remix on there. They do have the House Style, but they don't have the Urge single edit or the Purple Pump mix. So they're missing some of the remixes from the Get Off stuff. Excuse me. Obviously, I'm not seeing Violet the Organ Grinder, Gangsta Glam. The Get Off Flute-strumental isn't on here. There's not the Clock and the Jizz instrumental is not on there. Neither is Clock and the Jizz. Things Have Got to Change. The Take It to the Wire, that's not on here. There's not the Get Some solo isn't on here. House Bangers is not on here. The Q and Doubt isn't on here, and the Ethereal Mix is not on here. So there are a lot of, again, these are things that were officially released, but they are not part of this unless they're in the vault. Maybe if they're vault tracks, but really they were part of the maxi singles, because I have them here as part of my maxi singles. So I'm kind of curious as to why. Because honestly, all of that stuff that I just listed off could have been yet another disc, and then it could have just been 8 discs. Because right now we're looking at 7 discs. It could be because they needed stuff to be a certain length for the LPs, maybe? Maybe that's it. Who knows? But I will say, it's a little odd that we are missing so many of the things that we know were released officially. So this does not make a replacement for trying to seek out those maxi singles and stuff, which is kind of what I was hoping. So let's get to the vault tracks. Let's look at 1 and 2. How do I have this framed here? Can you even see that? Hold on. I'm putting these all in the wrong framing, and I apologize. Okay. So now we have this. Let's see here. So the Vault track 1, the Vault 1. So we have Schoolyard, My Tender Heart, Pain, Streetwalker, Lorianne, Dark Side. So let's just go from there, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 songs. Schoolyard I've heard, My Tender Heart I've heard. Streetwalker is interesting. That has an interesting kind of back and forth. If I recall, Streetwalker was the name of the song that Prince wrote and sent it back after hearing this. This is conjecture and rumor. I don't know how true this is, but if I recall, the story is that Prince was sent bad, and then he basically rewrote it and sent it back and called it Streetwalker. I don't know how true that is, and I could be mixing up my stories here, but I believe that song specifically has a lot of there's a lot of history with that song. I have never heard it though, so I'm curious again to see how that actually works out. So there's that. Okay. But honestly, so that's 3 of them I haven't heard. No, 4 out of that first 6 I haven't heard. We have the Insatiable early mix, full version, so an earlier version of it. Love that. I can't wait to hear that. Glam Slam 91, so a 91 version of Glam Slam. I mean, how would it sound, 4 years later? I'm excited to hear that. Live for Love early version, love it. Cream Take 2, wonderful. Skip to my you, my darling. Wow, it's Skip to the Loo, my darling, but Skip to my you, my darling. Never heard that. I'm excited to hear that one. And then the Diamonds and Pearls long version. I don't think I've heard an extended cut of that. I don't think I have. So I'm going to say I haven't. Then we have the Daddy Pop 12-inch version. I think I actually have heard that somewhere. Marquita's Kitchen, definitely. Spirit, yes. Open Book, yes. Work That Fat, I do have that one. Horny Pony version 2. I don't think I've heard Horny Pony version 2. I don't think I've heard version 2. Something Funky, This House Comes. That's cool. I think I have heard that one, but I don't know if I've heard the band version. We'll have to see. I'll have to go back through my collection. Again, I waited to go through the whole track list with you guys because I have not looked at this yet. Hold Me, yes, I have heard that one. Blood on the Sheets, I have not heard that one. The Last Dance, yes, I've heard that one. Do Say You Love Me, Don't Say You Love Me, I don't think I've heard that one. So that Vault number 2, that's going to be a lot of stuff that some of that stuff I've heard, but I haven't heard it all. A lot of these I heard there was like a cut together kind of album that was called, what did people call it? I'm bringing it up here. Yeah, it was basically called Yellow. It's basically like a fan-made Prince album, and it had I Wonder, Player, The Voice, Don't Say You Love Me. Oh, I have heard that one then. Open Book, Sex, Spirit, Marquita's Kitchen, Love Thy Will Be Done, Schoolyard, Get Blue, Old Friends for Sale 91, Carmen on Top, Power from Above, 5 Women. So it had a bunch of stuff on it. Some of these songs are those songs. Now, I will say that they were terrible quality. I could tell that the song was good, but the quality of the song was horrendous. So I'm very happy because a couple of those, especially like Schoolyard and Marquita's Kitchen, love those songs, but the versions I have, they're not good. So I'm excited to get some actual ones. And just to finish it off with the third one, Get Blue, again, just said that. The Voice was on the one I just read off. Tip of My Tongue, I don't think I've heard that one. Trouble, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Standing at the Altar, which, if I recall, Standing at the Altar, that was one he wrote for somebody else, right? Believe so. Let me look up the MPLS. Was that one called Standing at the Altar? MPLS? No, it was 1-800-NEW FUNK. New Funk. Yeah, Standing at the Altar. It was the one that he did. Now, and I forgot her name. Oh, I'm so bad. But anyway, yeah, it was a song he wrote for somebody else, but this will be his version. So I have heard that song before, but I have not heard his version. And then Hey You, Letter for Miles, I Pledge Allegiance to Your Love, and the Thunder Ballet. So that should be pretty cool. I'm actually pretty excited about a lot of that. A lot of that looks really, really great. Like, I would say I've heard maybe half of those songs. And then obviously some of those songs we know, but there are different versions of the songs. Tip of my tongue was for El DeBarge. See, good to know. See, that's why I have y'all. That's why I have y'all, because y'all will tell me the stuff that I don't know. And there's not like, I'm not clueless or anything. I know some stuff. But yeah, it's I don't know everything. I wish I did. It would be great if I did, but I don't. So anyway, let me actually go here. And let me just check something out real quick. Okay. Yeah. No, we're good. We're good. Okay. So. All right. So yes, and yes, I have already pre-ordered mine, just so you know. So like as soon as I got the link, because again, I waited for the official link, I was like, bam, order done. Done. All right. So now we're going to get to, where was I? Okay, so now we're here at Schoolyard Vault 3, and then we have the live at the Glam Slam, which is him doing Thunder, Daddy Pop, Diamonds and Pearls, Willin' and Abel, Jughead, Sacrifice of Victor, which is cool, and then Nothing Compares to You, Thieves in the Temple, and then Sexy MF. And then disc 2 of that will be Insatiable, Cream, Well Done, I Want You, and In the Socket medley, 1999 Baby I'm a Star Push medley. I'm actually excited to hear how they meld Baby I'm a Star into Push. I actually really want to hear that. And then Get Off, and then Get Off House Style. So that's gonna be like, that's a lot of music. That is a lot. Margie Cox, thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. And I love Margie too. Like I've had the opportunity to meet her in person. She's so nice. It's a lovely, lovely person. And I feel bad that I forgot her name. Again, I am so out of the loop and out of, just out of everything. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. So yeah, and that was, yeah, it's really great to be back, honestly. So now we're going to be going, so that was all of that. So yeah, it's going to be 7 discs. You're going to get the booklet. You're going to get, that has all the essays. You're going to get 7 discs, some live, some unreleased, all of it remastered, all of it to our specifications that we want. 33 previously unreleased songs. But again, a lot of these, some of us already had, which is not surprising with how our, fan base is. So I'm very, very excited for this, particular release. Let's go, because I know somebody had asked me to go and check out the grams of the LP, so let's actually go and see if they actually do list that. They may or may not. Let me just do a search for gram. Yes, it says the 12 LPs is 180 gram black vinyl. So there you go. I know somebody was asking that earlier. It is 180 gram. Now, obviously gram is weight, but I don't know the significance of that because I don't listen to I don't listen to vinyl. So I'm buying the CDs. So yeah, so just but somebody did ask that earlier, and again, it's all going to be coming out at the tail end of October. Where am I here? What am I trying to do here? Oh yeah, I was going to change my view again. So now that we're done kind of going through what the Diamonds and Pearls Deluxe is, I'm going to go back through and hit some of these comments. Again, if you had comments or chat or whatever that you want me to definitely see, you can do a super chat. Don't forget, you can hit like, subscribe to the channel. You can become a channel member. My plan is to be coming back soon and kind of giving you more content here now, because my life is kind of starting to starting to open up and also get consumed once again. But let me actually kind of go through some of these comments, and if you if you put a comment early on that you really wanted me to see, don't hesitate to just put it again now that I'm actually looking. So again, thank you to everybody who has been here. We've had 85 concurrent viewers, which is way more than I thought we would get on like I said, a Thursday at noon, on like a random Thursday. But yeah, let me look here. Does it specify the grams? Yes, 180. Got that. Let's see. I am so excited for the full sound check and the Glam Slam gig. Yes, definitely the Glam Slam gig. That's the main thing that I'm excited for in terms of the live stuff. When it comes to the video footage, I've actually seen the Special Olympics stuff as well as the rehearsal stuff. Again, the quality wasn't that great though, so seeing it again, and my memory is terrible, so it'll be like watching it again anyway. So. What about Daddy Pop? There's a video for Daddy Pop. That was not on the list. Is there a video for Daddy Pop? I don't think I've seen a video for Daddy Pop. Let me go back over here real quick. No, it doesn't say Daddy Pop, so there's no video for Daddy Pop. But Ray, when you're saying that there is a video for Daddy Pop, so definitely if there is, put a link. Like when this video is done, go and put a link to a comment if you have access to it. Send it, because I would love to see it, definitely. Chat me, what about the Daddy Pop? Okay, yeah, you said that. The Glam Slam video concert. Thank you. Okay, so Purple Grogu. The Glam Slam video was seen at the 2022 celebration with the MPG performing to it at the... Oh, okay, so it was part of the big screen thing. Okay, good. Okay. So it wasn't this year, it was last year, so I'm not losing my mind. Okay, so I was like, I remember that being a part of it, like part of celebration, but it wasn't this year, it was last year. Thank you for letting me know about that. Definitely, that's pretty dope. So let's see here. Sign of the Time CD Deluxe was perfect. Following the format would be wonderful. And yeah, and like I said, Welcome to America followed a similar format, so hopefully this is just what we get from now on. Alcy said, I said that a lot of that stuff that was officially released is not on here. Alcy says maybe they're going to do a re-release. Maybe they are going to re-release them as singles again. Could be, but they're not doing it right now, and like now would be the good time to do that. But I haven't checked like my Apple Music or whatever. Maybe they're up on streaming. Who knows, right? Like, I'll have to check. So let's see. You can hear Insatiable early version here on YouTube and Alice Through the Looking Glass. Listen to those before I hopped on. Yes, I noticed right as I was going live, I noticed that a couple of the songs popped up on YouTube. That means I haven't gone and listened to them yet because I wanted to come and deliver the news. So I'm definitely going to listen to them after this. So let's see. So let's talk about that. I don't know what that means. Let's see here. Good morning, Aloy and everyone. I miss and love me some Prince Rogers Nelson so much. I'll be purchasing the deluxe. Thank you, baby love. I think we're all gonna buy it. It's definitely something that I want. And honestly, a remaster of something like this is what I've been wanting anyway, because it's not 80s stuff. Like this is where I was like in my core like Prince building years, because I got into Prince with Graffiti Bridge. So like, if you go and see the video, and I think I did a reaction to my very first video, but my very first video, the thumbnail for it was me like with, my Diamonds and Pearls going, and freaking out because I got a copy of Diamonds and Pearls because it was Christmas. So yes, definitely. And smash that like button. Thank you, Sean Christopher. Blueprint, hello. Let's see. Why is there reverb in my voice? I don't know. It might be because I'm actually, I can turn the reverb off probably. Where am I? No, maybe. Do you not like the reverb? Sorry. Will you be making videos more regularly again? Alan, yes, I do plan on coming back and making more regular videos. I'm going to try and start it maybe, once every couple of weeks and try to work my way up to once a week. In a minute here, I'm going to hit some more of these comments, but then I'm going to actually talk about what's been going on my end. is anybody going to get the limited edition single set? I would if it was in CDs, then I would get it, but otherwise, I would just be buying it I don't want to, because if it's like the 7 single that they released, it was like a limited print, and it was just like only so many people got it. Same thing with the Sign of the Times singles, like, they were snatched up real fast. So definitely, I'm not going to buy one I'm not going to take somebody else's, because I want them to, whoever has that record player, I want them to be able to enjoy that. So I've never heard like 96% of the unreleased music, so it'll definitely be new for me. Ignacio, yeah, I mean, 100%. For most people, it will be brand new. I have the luxury of having access to a large amount of stuff of vault music that has actually just been shared with me over years. So yeah, it's definitely and I don't even listen to a lot of it. Like, I'll usually go through and I'll listen to it and I'll be like, wow, that's interesting, and then I'll listen to the stuff that Prince put out himself that has been like, you know, it's really great quality and it's been mastered and all that stuff. Because a lot of the vault stuff, some of it's rough, like some of it's pretty darn rough. Excuse me. So just pre-ordered my copy. Awesome. I got notifications of the news. Awesome. Let's see here. I need the hologram Diamonds and Pearls era card pictures. Okay. Yeah. I was hoping, Jake is saying, I was hoping for the Parade Deluxe or Around the World in a Day. The problem with that, again, is that they did Purple Rain and they did Sign of the Times, and both of those had a bunch of the stuff from Parade and it had a bunch of the stuff from around those different eras. So like releasing I think that they were like, we need to have like 5 discs of crazy vault stuff. It makes it really hard to then zero in. Like, if they had taken out some of the Parade stuff from Sign of the Times, then I could have seen them doing a Parade Super Deluxe, right? But I really just didn't see it. I saw Diamonds and Pearls again because they're going to go for the best-selling albums, and with Diamonds and Pearls being a really great selling album for Prince, I knew that was going to be one of the ones that they were going to end up doing. So, and I noticed a lot of people were like, oh, it should be Parade or it should be Around the World in a Day. And I'm like, no, Diamonds and Pearls sounds about right. I was like, Diamonds and Pearls, or if Warner Brothers was heading it up, it was going to be Batman. Those were my guesses. I talked about that at the very beginning here. Let's see. I think it might be the mic catching the speaker sound. I don't actually have any sound coming out of my speakers. So if there is reverb, it could just be because this is actually my music recording mic and I might have a reverb setting or something on it. I mean, it's possible. as long as you can hear me, it's all fine. Let's see. I just picked up the original albums with the book. I got it from Electric Fetus. Awesome. They skipped the Love Sexy Deluxe. I mean, they're skipping around, right? It's not like they're going in order. So that's whatever. It's not I don't think that there's a specific order that they need to go in, except that I think that they probably need to go in the order of what they think will sell the best. So, Alice Through the Looking Glass is available now on YouTube. Go check it out. And then if you go check it out, then come back. And then you can tell me if it was really good, because I'm going to listen to it after we're done here. They should be remastering those other albums and include a concert or 2 from that era. I think eventually they're going to get through all the albums. I think they're even going to 15 years from now, they're going to be like, we're going to remaster, Prince's long-awaited, other album, Artificial Age. Even though that album sounds wonderful and is mixed and mastered pretty much perfectly, 10, 15 years from now, when they're still releasing stuff and still reworking his stuff, they'll even have better, equipment and techniques and stuff then. So, I think it'll be fine. We definitely need an official release of Small Club. A lot of people like Small Club. I think it's cool because it was cool to hear. I believe Small Club was where he did Still Would Stand All Time, and he was berating the person he was just like, it still would stand all time. Stop getting the lyrics wrong. I love that stuff. So Baby Love, you're saying it would be nice if Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis could be over the release of the vault music. They would do a lot with the music. They're very, very talented. I mean, not to undercut their talent, but Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis have as much to do with releasing Prince albums as me. Like really in the end. I feel like they're going to hire the people who need to be involved with that project. And you know, and honestly, it's interesting because a lot of people I've had this conversation with people, and they're like, well, I think that Andrea Simone should be involved, or I think Sheila E. should be involved. And for me, I'm like, why would they be involved, but not like, I mean, involving Morris Hayes makes more sense. Involving people who Prince was surrounding himself through the majority of his career, not the people who were with him when he was most popular. That's not the important thing, right? It's the important of who was there to like know his inner workings in his mind. And honestly, the answer to that is no one, but we can get close, right? I think Morris Hayes is an invaluable resource, for knowing and like picking his brain, right? Like, honestly, he's one of the only ones that I'd be like, ask Morris. If you ask anyone else, their advice is going to end up being dated, or it's going to be, you know, like not stuff that probably Prince would do because like, oh, hey, why did he not talk to that person for like 15 years of his life? Probably because that person wasn't involved with, choosing who's going to help him release his music. So anyway, it's an interesting conversation, that is kind of out of our hands. So, you know, instead of, I try not to lament about, you know, who should be involved or whatever. I'm just happy, you know, like, for instance, reading here for this release of Diamonds and Pearls Deluxe, they brought back the original, engineer. Awesome. I love that, right? The original person who engineered the album got to re-engineer it. That's perfect, right? I love that. But I wouldn't necessarily say, well, no, we're not going to bring back that guy. We're going to get Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis to do it. Like, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis had nothing to do with Diamonds and Pearls, so why would we do that? That doesn't make any sense. So that's just my thought. You know, and like I'm seeing here, Michael B. should be involved. Well, you know, here's the thing about a lot of, whenever I've seen interviews with people from the New Power generation, a lot of the people are like, I mean, we came in, and we played, and we helped invent whatever, but in the end, like, we were paid for our time, and that belongs to Prince. So, like, for a lot of them, it was like their lifestyle for a while, but it was also a job, and when they weren't working for Prince, they went and got other jobs. So, it's like, not to say that it's not important to those people, or that their input will also not be, invaluable. I'm just saying that they're not like intrinsically connected to the project just because they played on it. That would be like, well, we should get Candy to come in and do the remasters of Batman because she was on the Extended Party Man remix. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. So anyway, getting to some of my news. So this is now getting into some of my personal stuff here. As everybody knows here, if you've been here for a while, you know that my day job is I am a writer. I'm a game designer and writer. I've actually been able to pick up some additional writing gigs. I actually had been working for about the last year trying to get into writing for video games. And I don't mean coding, because I'm not a coder, I'm not an animator or anything. I've been really trying to get into writing the stories and the dialogue and stuff for video games, and it took me about a good year, but I was finally able to land a gig, and not only did I land a video game that I'm writing for, I'm now writing for 2 video games. That actually is, Basinger should come in. You're silly, Alan. I like you. But basically, now that I'm writing for multiple video games right now, as well as writing for a couple of other a couple of games for my own company, as well as for a couple of other companies. So there's I have a lot of irons on the fire that is kind of absorbing some time. School also just started, and the biggest thing for me, honestly, I mean, the writing in video games is also very huge for me. It's been a dream that I've had for a while. But also, I've been putting the final touches on my 3rd album, for my musical project called Strays of the World. Definitely there's a link in the description for you to go and check out Strays of the World music, or you can go to straysoftheworldmusic.com. But I have 2 albums out right now, and the third one is pretty soon coming up. And I actually have a big gig for October where I'm actually going to be opening for a national act, and it's going to be a big deal, and I'm trying to tie in the release of my 3rd album with that. My 3rd album is going to be called Disaster, and it's awesome that I'll be able to get another 12 amazing songs out, because I do still believe in albums. I don't believe in singles. I mean, it's not that I don't believe in singles. I've released a couple of singles here and there, but I still do believe albums matter, as Prince always said. But definitely go check out Strays of the World. We have a YouTube channel. You can check out the music from the last 2 albums, but just know that I have a 3rd album coming out as well. And this 3rd album is some of the best work that I've ever done. And I can't wait for everybody to be able to hear it. I also, I threw out my album to a bunch of my friends, my musical friends, some of them in this community, others not. Some of them more rock oriented and whatnot. My music is a little bit more rock oriented, which is something I got from Prince. And everybody seems to really love it. And I finally got a final configuration of my album. And this is why I find stuff like the Diamonds and Pearls Deluxe release so awesome, is that I'm looking at this and it's just like, where is it here? It's Cream Take 2, or Insatiable, an early mix, or Live for Love, an earlier version. Like, I listen to where each of my songs is when I decide to release it, but there are times when I go back and I'm like, I actually really liked that earlier version that I did, even though I ended up changing it. And it's like, I love hearing stuff like that. Kind of like when 7 in E flat came out, and I was just like, because the song is usually in E, and it was weird to hear him go from all 7 and we'll watch them fall to all 7 and we'll watch them fall. It was weird and it was jarring, but it was also kind of interesting because it gives you a look into the creation process. And like, you knew that like that's where he started, and he figured it out that it needed to be up half a key, So, stuff like that is amazing as somebody who makes music. But yeah, I actually was able to, get a band together. We're going to be, performing in October, and it's going to be, amazing. I'll definitely be putting out more details on that in upcoming videos. I'll also probably share maybe a little bit more of my music, but again, you can go to, Strays of the World, and you can go check that out. I have my whole own YouTube channel for it here. I have, what is it called? Audio visualizer, lyric videos, so like you can definitely tell. And I have some videos of me kind of explaining some of my music and my, creation process and everything. I mean, everything I learned from Prince. So even if my music doesn't necessarily sound like Prince, and some of it vaguely sounds like Prince, but, the majority of it does not. Like, I wouldn't be making music without Prince, and like Prince is in everything that I do when it comes to my music, and it's just it's such an awesome feeling to make music. So it is definitely just an amazing thing. So I'm excited for these sorts of things. Am I on Bandcamp? What is Bandcamp? Yes, I am on Bandcamp. It took me a second. I'm sorry. I was like, wait a minute. Am I on Bandcamp? Yeah, it's Bandcamp. And if you type in Strays of the World, I believe that, let's see here. Where are we here? Webpage. Okay. So if we go here and we type in, Strays of the World, you'll see my little face there. And, you'll see I have, 2 albums out. You can only see one of them right now, because I'm hiding one of them underneath my picture here. So if you see here, oh, and also it won't go up that far. Of course it won't. But this album at the bottom, that's called In My Head, that was my first album. And then I have my second album is Chaos All. And then I've been releasing singles since then. The Zombie Was, Light Glass, Smash, Invisible Scars. And then I had a remix of one of my more popular songs called My Siren, which was done by a friend of mine named Corey Eishen, who is an amazing person who plays with the Purple Experience like tribute band with Marshall Charloff and everything. So really, really cool. There's 12 songs on the first album, 11 on the second, and then each of the singles is a thing. The Zombie was one of those songs that I did with my brother, which I was actually very excited because my brother's a rapper and he's been a rapper since, forever. So it was fine. It was fun that I finally got into music and he's just like, well, now we have to do a song together. And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Why not? But anyway, yes, Shashina, definitely have fun with that. Thank you for being here. And anybody who I'm done talking about unless you guys have specific questions. I just wanted to share some of the stuff about my stuff, but the name of the band is Strays of the World. If you search for it and see my face, click it and it'll bring you to stuff. And it's, I'm very, very proud of my stuff. So let's see here. Let me see. I would love to see and hear your music. Blueprint, go to the YouTube channel. I love the 2 songs. Yeah, I can't wait to hear the new songs that are on YouTube. Because I believe it's the Alice song. Now I can't even remember the name. The Alice song. Because I don't have a very good memory. Let me go over to it. It's called Alice Through the Looking Glass. And then there's also the early version of Insatiable. Those are the 2 songs that I believe are on YouTube. So, Alexander, which are you asking how many songs are on YouTube right now? If that's what you're asking, let me know. But yeah, so anyway, Diamonds and Pearls is going to be awesome. I predicted it. I'm going to pat myself on the back there because I did. I predicted it, and I will take credit for that. I feel like the estate is listening to me, and everything. But anyway, I have more videos that are going to be coming. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, check out my music at Strays of the World. There's a YouTube channel. I'll put a link or whatever. There's a link in the description, I know, but definitely go check that out. On the new album. So are you talking about my new album? If you're talking about my new album has 12 songs. The remastered album has, I think it was, what was it? It was 47 previously unreleased songs. 33 of them are from the vault. Some of them are live. The other ones are live. So it's going to be really, really good. I think it's going to be really, really good. I want to challenge you to write a song titled 3 Friends Watching a Hentai Movie. Want lyrics and some sort of jam session. You know what? I'm going to have to. So, let me write that down. 3 friends watching a hentai. I'll probably take movie off of the title because a hentai is a movie. Or no, I guess it's technically, there's hentai manga as well. So it might even by the way, that might be an instrumental. I don't know how you can write lyrics for that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and head out because it's now been over an hour. So thank you for everybody who came and hung out with me for over an hour on a Thursday afternoon. I love you all. Mwah. May you live to see the dawn, and I will check y'all later. Peace.